Color is simply energy, energy made visible. Colors stimulate, or inhibit, the functioning of different parts of our body. Treatment with the appropriate color can restore balance and normal functioning.
Color therapy. In the year 1878, the scientist Gadeli discovered how and the reasons for the effect of colored rays in treatment on the living organism, and his theory says, every living organism, and every system of the body, has the color that excites and alerts it, and another color inhibits the work of that organ or system, and through knowledge of colors different, and their impact on the body's organs and systems, he can apply the correct color that will lead to the achievement of a balance in the work of the organ, or the system that performs its function properly. Thus, the colors affect certain glands in the human body, which secrete certain hormones. Thus, it affects the activity and vitality of this or that person, whether it is from a physical, psychological, or even emotional point of view. The element of colors takes a large and important place in our daily lives, starting with choosing the colors of our daily clothes, which are directly related to our psychological and social situation. And if colors do not have a special effect on us, why is the dress of male children different from that of female children? We all know that pink for children or boys symbolizes femininity, and blue symbolizes masculinity. Is this just a coincidence? The answer is your dear reader. Also, choosing the color of the walls of the rooms of the house affects our behavior and our psyche at the same time. Therefore, we must be patient in choosing the color of our bedroom paint or our children's, to increase our activity and vitality, and to bring joy and happiness to ourselves. How many times have we felt the tension, when we walk in the gardens and among the trees and in nature in general? We feel comfortable, because of the diversity of trees and colors and their effect on us, and on the aura surrounding us. Our foods are also based on colors. Fruits and vegetables are colorful, and each type of vegetable and fruit has its own color-based compounds. And the quality of energy or vitamin in this or that type varies in proportion to its color. So, some say tell me what you eat tell you who you are and what your health is. Therefore, the food specialist always depends on taking this into account. Eating a variety of colors of vegetables. For example, pepper has many colors from normal green to light or dark green, yellow, and red, in different colors, and many in multiple colors. However, the nutritionist advises eating different types of them, because of the different types of proteins in each of these types. Although they are all peppers, and this difference stems from the difference in color in each of these types. Even vitamins are related to color. Foods that are yellow or green, such as lemons, pears, and lettuce, are rich in vitamin C. And red foods, such as tomatoes and red apples, are rich in vitamins B12 and B complex. Yellow foods are rich in vitamin A. And purple foods are rich in vitamin E.
There is a kaleidoscope of emotional reactions associated with colors. Some are self-evident, others more subtle or obtuse. Some harken back to the dawn of time, the pale of moonlight, the hues of sunrise and sunset. Some connate distinctly to a culture or nation.
The psychological effect of color. Many people do not agree that colors affect a person's mood or personality, but psychologists have proven that colors have a negative and positive impact on a person's behavior and personality, psychologically and spiritually, and even in the medical field. Different colors help in healing and relaxation. Color affects us from the day we are born until the day we die, and it can change our lives and moods, and it can change us physiologically, socially, and psychologically as well. Colors affect the character and mood. So, there are feelings that result in vibrations. Some of them carry the characteristics of comfort and reassurance, and others bear the characteristics of exhaustion and turmoil. What suggests warmth and what suggests cold? One color may have a different effect from one person to another, such as green, for example. It may make some people feel anxious and turbulent, and suggest greenness and nature to others.
Really simple things can bring joy. Opening yourself to color, adventure, and creativity goes a long way.
Why color therapy when there are so many other methods? Ghadiali says, thousands of drugs are used in medicine. He added, chemicals are life's activities, and their atoms attract and repel, and trying to randomly introduce organic minerals into an organic machine is like feeding a baby with small steel nails to make it strong. There is another point raised by Ghadiali in this regard, which is that one of the main causes of diseases is a deviation in the body towards higher or lower than the normal percentage, but doctors often increase the imbalance unintentionally, or turn it to the opposite side with their treatments, and from here arise many diseases caused by drugs. In contrast, color therapy does not leave harmful residues, which the body has to work hard to remove. The famous surgeon, Henbej Ogilvy, wrote, "A happy man never gets cancer, and cancer cases have been known, almost after some disaster, deprivation, separation of an intimate relationship, financial crisis, or accident, of eruption and spread have been removed from the road." How do colors affect us? Colors affect everything around us, from the way we dress, and what we wear, to how the home decor works, our moods fluctuate, and how we make decisions, and specialists and experts in the fields of color therapy say that it is possible to change physical conditions by exposure to certain colors. Researcher Angela Wright, author of the book Beginner's Guide to the Psychology of Colors, says that each color has a specific effect. For example, the red color stimulates the body to secrete adrenaline in the blood vessels, and this affects the person by increasing his activity and vitality, or increasing his anxiety, tension, and exposure. A red light that surrounds the whole body for a continuous period of 30 minutes can help treat colds and poor blood circulation, but on the other hand, it can increase high blood pressure. The blue color helps reduce high blood pressure. The green color helps relieve depression. And the turquoise color helps treat digestive disorders. Psychologist Archam says, the effect of color on man is far from hollow, and multiple experiments have been conducted that have shown that color affects our feet, our reluctance, and we feel hot or cold, and we feel happy or depressed. Rather, it affects a man's personality and his view of life. Because of the effect of color in the depths of the human soul, hospitals have called on specialists to suggest the color of the walls, which helps the patients heal more. As well as clothes of appropriate colors, and experiments have shown that the yellow color stimulates activity in the nervous system, while the purple color calls for stability, and the blue color makes a person feel cold. Unlike red, which makes him feel warm. And the scientists concluded that the color that gives joy and love of life is green. Therefore, it became the preferred color in operating rooms for the clothes of surgeons and nurses. Examples of the effect of colors on the human psyche. Aircraft engineers chose green and blue to reduce vertigo accidents for aircraft passengers, after realizing that yellow and gray help with vertigo. In this regard, the specialist Simon says, even airlines realize the value of color, as many of them paint the cabins of their planes with gentle colors that calm the nerves, to reduce the tension that accompanies the flight process. The effect of the colors shows what happened in one of the large hotels in New York. The guests gathered at a table, and it was full of various types of food and drink that were delicious, and the attendees began to eat with remarkable pleasure. It was acceptable. Some lights shine on, causing the foods to have unattractive colors. So, the color of the vegetables has become unacceptable and dark. And the glasses of milk took on the color of blood and red, and the delicious steaks took on the color of green, and within minutes, the guests left the table because of these repulsive and inappropriate colors. In the American city of Chicago, the walls of a large meat store were painted yellow. So, the meat seemed to the customers pale, as if it was rotten, so the customers left this store for this reason. And when the owner of this store returned to painting his store in a bluish-green color, the meat appeared redder, and the bones were whiter, which suggested that his meat was fresh, so his sales increased, and then sales started to improve. Dark colors have a bad effect on pessimists and desperate souls. And a bridge erected on the River Thames in London has remained a desirable location for suicides, until one of the specialists pointed out to replace the black color of its black wall with a beautiful green, calm and soothing to the nerves. And, after that, the number of suicides on this bridge decreased, as the green color relaxes the eyes, because the visual field for it is smaller than the visual fields for the rest of the colors, and its wavelength is average, so it is not as long as red, and not as short as blue. It is a 100% positive color. Therefore, God Almighty made it one of the blisses of the people of paradise. In a New York City prison known for its chaotic inmates, the hostility and chaos of these inmates were reduced immediately, once the rooms were painted a special shade of pink. There are many areas for the use of colors. For example, the prison cells of the accused, in the British city of Nottingham Court Building, were painted pink, after an experiment that proved that this color helped reduce the manifestations of violence among the accused who were placed in rooms with this color, and that by 95%. Some accommodation facilities for young people with mental disorders are treated with color. A study in New Zealand has shown that children who play in rooms painted pink gain strength and behave positively, while those who play in rooms painted blue have the opposite. In Britain, some amusement park owners were advised not to paint them red, because it contributes to the tension of the nerves of those present, and violent quarrels occur among them. On the other hand, some Chinese restaurants are painted in red and yellow, as it was found that these two colors stimulate the appetite for food. The green color is also chosen for doctors' uniforms during surgical operations, because it provides clear vision during surgery, because the green color is opposite to the red color in the color wheel, and the white color is chosen for nurses' uniforms, because the white is calming the soul, and giving more sense of calm and security. The color pink has also been shown to have the ability to curb aggressive tendencies and reduce physical strength. The calming effect of this color was first tested at the U.S. Naval Correctional Institute, and this color is now used in more than 1,500 hospitals and health facilities throughout the United States of America. The soothing effect of this color begins in a time not exceeding 2.5 seconds, and its effect is very noticeable after 15 minutes. The younger the person, the faster the soothing effect on him. Simmons and her colleagues conducted research on the effect of the color pink on overweight people who are prone to chronically overeating snacks. They found that staring at a pink box calms anxiety, which may lead to overeating.